At Double Yolk, we help small businesses and entrepreneurs bring their ideas to life. And one of the most common things that I often hear is someone has an idea, but they just don't know what to do next. If this sounds familiar, then these 5 pillars might help you to get that idea off the ground. The first pillar, and by far the most important, is make the time. The most common thing I hear when discussing business dreams with entrepreneurs is they feel they simply don't have the time. But you do. You need to view your time as a use it or lose it asset. Often it feels like we're using our time, but we're not. If we don't do anything with it, it simply evaporates. Mary Callahan, who's the global CEO of JP Morgan, uses a technique where she splits her day into well-defined 30-minute chunks. She stresses, look, it is important to allocate time for you, for relaxing, and for family and friends, but make sure it is allocated. If you're not dogmatic with your schedule, your time will simply evaporate. Pillar number 2 is also a really important one. It's just start. This will probably resonate with some of you as you've been sitting on a business idea for months or even years, waiting for that perfect time to start. But the cold reality is there is no perfect time. And in fact, your best bet is right now. Don't worry about heavy infrastructure or high quality tech to start with. Double Yolk can help you with that further down the track. For now, you just want to get your idea to market and test it in the cheapest, lowest risk way possible. A really good example of this is a company called Dunzo. Their business model was to bring anything to your door within an hour. They just received a $20 million equity investment from Google. And little over a year ago, they started with a WhatsApp number. They literally had people text them and say, hey, my doorknob broke, can you bring me one? Or I'm out of milk, can you drop off a bottle? And they dropped one off. They started small and tested their idea. The key is just to focus on making it as easy as possible for your customers. Make their experience world-class, but don't get caught up in the look, and certainly do not worry about the name. Forget about that stuff, it doesn't matter. Start testing the model. Pillar 3 is back yourself. It might sound self-explanatory, but it's actually a massive hurdle for people to overcome. If you're having thoughts like, oh, I don't know enough about the topic to get into it, you're overlooking a massive element of the human mind. Albert Einstein says problems can't be solved with the same mindset that created them. Don't see your human capital or your knowledge as fixed. You've learned new things before, now just do it again. Pillar 4 is chill out. No one's going to steal your idea. Get advice. Trust me, your idea is not unique. And there's no such thing as $1 million idea. It's hard graft and rapid adaptation that takes an idea through to a successful business. Patrick Collison, the founder of Stripe, and the youngest ever billionaire to step foot on the earth, made his fortunes with 7 lines of code. When questioned, couldn't someone have just copied your code, Patrick? He said, sure they could have. But they would have struggled to copy the way that we interacted with our customers, the language we used, the way we understood their business, the ease of which they could transact with us, and the rapid speed at which we adapted our product for changes in the market environment. That is what made us billionaires, not the 7 lines of code. That brings us to our final pillar, and pillar 5 is, for heaven's sake, just start. Which might sound familiar because it was also pillar 2, but it's so important it deserves a second spot. There's a great book called The Agile Startup, which talks about persevering and pivoting. This is without a doubt the most important concept for getting your business off the ground. As you go through your business journey, you'll get more information and you'll pivot. Your idea will change, and it may end up with no semblance to your initial thoughts. But this is a really good thing. You're adjusting to new information and you're changing tact accordingly. Now, the only way to go through this journey from initial idea to end product is just to start. So if there's one thing I want you to take from this video, it would be that, for heaven's sake, just start. With any questions on this or anything else you might want to discuss to help get your business off the ground, reach out to Yolk. We'd love to chat.